Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Spooked Coast to Coast.
Fucking scared me there for a second.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm ramped up from last week. Wasn't able to be on. This is all that energy from 2 weeks, culminating to this moment. I want to first of all, I want to say to everyone who celebrates, happy Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's your thing.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Everybody likes Jason Voorhees. That's, I'm more of a Michael fan, but hey. And happy Valentine's Day to you all. Joy and Joey. I hope you guys had an amazing Valentine's Day.
We did. Thank you. Hope you guys did too.
Yes, we had a great time. My forever Valentine right here.
Don't touch me.
No take backs. Yeah, we had a great time. And then today's Spook Coast to Coast Day, and tomorrow's President's Day.
And thank you everybody for reaching out and asking about Mondo's grandma and stuff like that.
Yes.
That happened.
Yeah.
About last week.
That's what I had wanted to say is definitely I felt the love from my family yesterday for Valentine's Day, but you all I've been feeling the love this whole week. I definitely appreciate everybody that has reached out. As it's part of growing up. Your loved ones end up in the emergency room, and you think that's it. And thank God, knocking on wood. Thank God we got more days. So I'm here now. Doing that in the past, and ready to get going. And I'm fortunate to be here with Joy and Joey, all four of us back together again.
Yay.
And
welcome back.
Yeah.
Again. I got an announcement. It says
I got laid. What?
Well,
yay, Dave for David.
Valentine's Day.
I guess that deserves a round of applause, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yes, excellent.
We don't know what to say to that one.
What's great is getting to meet, speaking of love, getting to meet all like everybody that we've been friends with for a long time. A lot of the viewers that chime in, and it's been great to even be on some folks' podcasts, even way before we started Spooked Coast to Coast. Jenny and I have been fortunate to be on a lot of podcasts and become friends with folks like that. And this episode is an example of that, where the shoe is going to be on the other foot. So, babe, please tell the good folks about our friend TC.
Yes, so we welcome Tommy Cullum. He is the host and creator of Let's Get Freaky podcast. You will definitely know him online. He has a logo with him looking like what? And he has aliens and Bigfoot and all this stuff on there. His podcast is going into the world of paranormal and high strangeness. And he also grew up in a haunted house and has had UFO experiences, like assuming when he was younger or maybe growing up. And he talks to so many different people around in the community, and he's from the UK, so he's not even in the United States right now. So please give him a round of applause, because it takes a lot to come on here this time.
Yeah, thank you for
being here. Nice. I'm clapping David, by the way. Congratulations, David. Thank you for having me, guys. I'm excited. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I'm always worried about people who are in another time zone across the world, because I'm not good with time. So
it's
I'm
a 5-hour time.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's not that much. It's not that much.
Yep.
As I said to you, I live on basically Eastern Standard Time, so this is perfect for me. So awesome. Let's go. I'm wide awake. I'm ready. I've got an energy drink. Let's do
it. Awesome. So I want to start off with when we were on your show, right, on your podcast, so Let's Get Freaky, we talked about a few things, and we realized we had a couple things in common, and that's seeing a ghost cat. And that's why I got my little cat shirt on today.
Yes,
Because of
yes.
that. And
Awesome.
for our viewers, what I found out was crazy. Can you share your ghost cat story?
Yeah, so that actually happened in this house. So
Oh.
it was basically just after I started doing the podcast when a lot of weird stuff started happening. I started experiencing some high strangeness. I've always had paranormal experiences, but I feel like when I started Let's Get Freaky, I just started noticing maybe it's because I was looking into it. And when you look into the paranormal, I think it looks back, and I think that definitely happens. And the cat story. Well, I was in my kitchen with my family, was all having dinner, and we're all just sitting there talking away. And all of a sudden, I saw a black cat run underneath my chair and past me, and I've jumped out my skin. And my wife's gone, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And I went, "I've just seen a cat. There's a cat in the house." And this is before we had a dog, so I wasn't mistaking it for my dog or anything like that. And I've got up, I've checked all the doors, I've checked all the windows. There was no cat, obviously, in the house. I saw a black cat. It was like solid. It wasn't like see-through or anything like that. It was just a black cat. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know what it was, but it freaked me out. I've had a lot of paranormal experiences, but that made me jump out my skin. No idea what that was. Yeah.
Did you ever see it again?
Never saw that cat again. No. And there is a black cat on our street that's like famous, like everyone loves him. He's called Bob, and he's like this beautiful black cat. It wasn't Bob. It definitely wasn't Bob. Every window was shut, every door was locked. So no idea what that was, but it really scared me. I'm quite a jumpy person anyway. I get scared very easily. But I got scared from this cat. Very scared.
So Bob was still good though. Bob was still okay.
Bob's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Bob's
Thank
okay.
God Bob's okay. Thank you.
We don't know Bob.
Bob's doing good.
Neighborhood
He's an old cat. He's an old cat. He's one of those neighborhood cats that everyone loves. But it definitely wasn't Bob. So it's very strange, man. Very strange.
That is weird.
So what got you into the supernatural, and how was Let's Get Freaky born?
Ooh, good question. Well, I've always been fascinated by the paranormal. And as I say, I grew up in a haunted house. So I don't like to say no, but I like know that this stuff is real. Basically, I think I've had enough experiences for me to know that it's real. So I've always been fascinated. I've always been interested in all the high strangeness, ghosts, cryptids, UFOs, and I just started listening to podcasts and getting. At first I think, I shouldn't be listening to this kind of stuff. Maybe I'm going to invite it in. And now I'm doing a paranormal podcast, and I'm talking to cool people like yourselves all the time. I always wanted to do a podcast for a long time, and it wasn't until obviously 2020. We won't talk too much about that, but that year when we were like locked away for a while, I feel like all of a sudden tomorrow was taken away from us. I feel like it was always one of those things. It's like, I'll start a podcast. I don't need to do it right now. I'll do it soon. It's always one of those things I kind of put back. And then obviously 2020 happened, and all of a sudden we didn't get tomorrow anymore. And that was a big wake up for me. I was like, okay, if I want to do something, we need to do it now. We need to go. And then we moved to another part of the UK. We moved from Essex, which is right next to London. We moved from there to Dorset. So that was the first big thing that we did because of 2020, really. And then not long after that, I started Let's Get Freaky, and it's been non-stop since then. I love it. I love talking to people like you and hearing incredible stories, So yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
So for giving people an idea who are not good with like maps and stuff like that, like what's around you that's most known, like notable?
Oh, well, you'll definitely know one of them, Stonehenge. I'm not far from Stonehenge.
Okay.
I'm about 40 minutes away from Stonehenge.
What?
In the car, yeah. So I'm close to Stonehenge. Coolfie Castle, I don't know if you would have heard of that. I'm very close to Coolfie Castle. It's like a famous old, it's like ruins now, but it's like a famous old castle that was built by William the Conqueror. That's just 15 minutes down the road. So I've got a lot of spooky stuff around me, to be honest.
Have you ever investigated, or first off, have you ever investigated?
I've not like a proper investigation like you guys have. No, I've been to all these places, and I feel like when you go into these like old manor houses and these old castles, like you get in like haunted locations, I feel like you get this feeling of like the history that's there. Like you can kind of feel it. You know what I mean? It's like obviously you know that there's a lot of history because it's so old. But like when you touch the walls and you think, oh man, the things this place must have seen. But I haven't done like proper investigating, which I would like to do. Like going forward, I would like to start doing that, to be honest. But I haven't really yet.
Can people investigate Stonehenge? Like, do you think? Have you seen? Or
I mean,
would they get kicked out? You know, is what I'm trying to say.
They do have days where you can go into Stonehenge. There are like special events, but normally you can't. Normally you can just stand like near. But this is the weird thing. 'Cause I remember when I was a kid. So when we were living in Essex, we would drive every summer to Cornwall, which is like the other side of the UK, for our summer holidays. And we'd go there for about 2 weeks a year and we loved it. We'd always drive past Stonehenge, right? And I always remember my mum, my dad, and my brother, we would go over to Stonehenge and like stand in the middle of it and stuff. And I've got these memories. But I had Matt Pike on the show not long ago. Well, actually, it is quite long ago now. It's a couple of years ago. But it's what we were talking about before. Time just flies.
What happened with us?
And he said that apparently, like in my lifetime, you've never been able to do that. But I remember being able to walk over to them, touch them, because they're guarded like 24/7 now, obviously, you know, because you could get some crazy people going over to it, I guess. But I remember doing that as a kid. Like I have these memories of doing it. But you know, apparently he said possibly they used to have like guards that used to switch over. So possibly we went up in one of them moments, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird memory that I have, but I do.
I've seen people go up to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, there's definitely like events and days where you can touch the stones and go in, and you know, the summer solstice and stuff like that. They open up for people to like stand in the middle and stuff. But apparently, like normal days, no, it's got to be like a special event.
Right.
Yeah.
I did hear that. That's only specific days.
I thought it was
That's
open.
not an all the time thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because you have to park up, and there's even though if you're driving past Stonehenge, you can see it very clearly. But you're not meant to just get out your car. You're not meant to just pull up. It's on a motorway. You're not meant to pull up and like go over. But that's what we used to do. You really officially have to like park up, and it's like something like a mile walk or something to the actual stones from the point where you pay to see the stones. You know, because you have to pay to see them as well. So, but we used to sneak over. I remember, but yeah, apparently you never been able to do that, but still.
Damn, I didn't know that. Well, that's cool.
I've just criminalized myself on YouTube.
I know you were breaking the rule.
It's all AI speaking. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
this
all
is not
good.
me. It's AI.
No. Well, the word that you can get away with, Tommy, is allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I said.
Allegedly, you were up there as a child.
Well, hypothetically.
Yeah. Hypothetically, yeah.
My dad's fault. It's my dad's fault.
Or just do that. Just blame your parents. What location would you like to investigate over there? What would be your
Ooh.
That is a good question. What would I like? I've talked to a lot of people recently. I've had a few guests on and a few friends that have recently been to 30 East Drive. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of that. Yeah.
So they claim for it to be the most haunted places in Britain or in Europe. They claim. I know everywhere claims to be the most haunted place. I mean, there's about 20 venues around me that claim to be the most haunted place in the UK, and obviously they can't all be the most haunted place. And I don't know how they judge that anyway.
I know.
But that house is said to have, you know, a lot of activity, and I've had friends that have recently investigated there that said they had some. And one of my friends, Liam, you might know from the Spooky Shed podcast, he recently went there, and he was a bit of a skeptic. You know, I think he will openly say he was a bit of a skeptic, bit of a like in the middle of believing and non-believing. And he went there, and he was having some experiences before he went there, but since he had some experiences there that were like undeniable to him. You know, some weird stuff happened. So I'd like to go there and check it out and see.
That would be a good place.
Yeah. There's the place in what's the name of it? Enfield, the Enfield House.
Yeah.
Which is obviously another famous house. I used to go to university right near that house as well, and I never went to see it, or you know, and I should have done really, but that's another house that I'd be quite interested in. But there's so many. There's so many places.
Yeah.
I want to get to the US as well. You've got some cool places there.
Yeah, but you remember, you're older. Not you.
Yeah,
specifically. You guys are way older.
There are castles and stuff out there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, that
Uh,
castle I was telling you that's down the road, that's over 1,000 years old.
Oh
Corfe Castle.
my gosh.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. I've seen a lot of stuff. There's a lot of. It's got the classic woman in white that haunts the ground.
mhm.
Also, people see like knights and stuff, and yeah,
Oh,
really
wow.
cool.
You know, not thinking about that. You talking to so many people with different experiences from here to US, you know, across the world. Do you think that the UK or just Europe in general has more darker type of spirits than like the United States? Have you noticed that or not?
I'm
Or,
not too
or no?
sure.
No.
Well, I feel like we're pretty much the same, to be honest. I feel like we experience the same kind of things. I guess there's some places I think in the US and in the UK and in Europe that kind of stand out to be
Mhm.
even. I don't know what it is, but there just seem to be areas that seem to be have more high strangers than other areas, and I don't know what that is, what the reason for that would be. Maybe I don't know, portals, or maybe the history that took place there. There might just be, I think if a lot of dark things happen in one spot, then that energy gets kept there, and I think there's something to that as well. But I'd say generally it seems to be pretty much the same. I think because obviously you guys, the US as we know it now is pretty young,
Yeah.
but it's been there for the same amount of time as the UK's been there. So the same. There's just been Native American law and stuff like that kind of thing. I mean, that's been there for as long as England has. So I guess we're pretty much just as old as each other. I know the buildings are a lot older in the UK, but I think the grounds and the forests are just as haunted, to be honest.
That's true. That makes sense. So can you share some experiences growing up in your haunted house?
Yeah, for sure. So there was a house that I grew up in that was, we would say, very haunted. Like the whole family had weird experiences in there, and it was more like the feeling that you got in there. When we left, I remember my dad saying, like, I'm glad we got out of this house. It was like, we didn't really talk about it too much when we was there, because me and my brother were very young. But when we left, we all kind of said, so glad we got out of there. But it was like your classic haunted house. Basically, you would hear things walking around late at night that seemingly weren't there. Things would go missing. You would hear weird noises. There was always a weird. I was a very scared kid. Like I've always been very scared of the dark. I'll admit that. I'm still scared of the dark today. But if I woke up as a kid in my bedroom, I would be in my mum and dad's room quite a lot. I would just freak out, and straight away I'd go in their room, and they would leave lights on for me and stuff. And I was a bit of a problem. But there was one night in particular that kind of changed everything for me, and it's probably the reason why I'm doing Let's Get Freaky podcast, because after that moment, this stuff was like undeniable for me. I think it was like ghosts are real, monsters are real. Everything became so real. So as I said, I was always scared. I always had little experiences as a kid growing up, waking up and thinking something was in my room, but I could never be quite sure if that was real or child's imagination. But there was one night where I woke up, and me and my brother shared a bedroom. I was on the top bunk, he was on the bottom bunk. And I woke up, it was the middle of the night. There was no lights on in the house, but the street lights was coming in. So you could pretty much see the room pretty clear. And I woke up and I looked down at my desk that was kind of in the corner of our room. And there was this man sitting there at the desk. Just it was just a man. It was a full-bodied apparition entity, whatever you want to call it, was sitting there in the corner of my room. And I wasn't even thinking ghost or anything like that. I was just screamed because there was a man in my room, like a strange dude sitting there. And he didn't move at all. He was like as solid as we are right now, but he was like kind of sitting with his fist, his head in his fist, just kind of looking in my sort of direction, but he didn't really seem to really pay any attention to me. He didn't like move or blink. As far as I remember, he didn't move at all. He didn't blink or anything. He was just there. And I've screamed. My mum's obviously heard me screaming, and she's come in the room. And this dude's still sitting there, and I'm like, Mum, there's a man in my room. And I'm pointing to the corner of my room, And she went over to where he was. I don't know if she's gone for him or anything like that. I was just going too crazy, crying. It was just a mess. And my mum came back over. She was like, there's nothing in your room. There's no man here. I could still see him. And my mum got quite annoyed with me. She was like, you are staying in your room tonight. You need to calm down. Like, and kind of had a go at me. Like she will listen back to this and she will apologize, because every time she hears me talk about this, she says sorry.
Yeah.
She kind of had a go at me and made me stay in bed. So I just remember going under my covers because I was just terrified. I was crying, I was sweating. And I just remember, like, every now and again I would look and this dude was just sitting there. Like, he didn't move. Like, it was exactly the same position, but he was like undeniably there. You know, I wasn't dreaming. I can't rule out like child's imagination completely, but I'm pretty sure he was there, you know. Anyway, I'm like going under. I've somehow fallen asleep that night. Woke up the next morning. I've looked down. He wasn't there. I never saw that dude again. But which again, I think if I did continue seeing it, that would I don't know what that would mean, but he was there. Like I can't. I know my mum didn't see him. She couldn't see him, but I could definitely see him. I never saw that particular entity again. I did see other weird stuff in the house, but from then on, that moment, it was like, for me, it was like undeniable, you know?
Yeah.
Really quick, if you guys see me going like this, it's because we're freezing and I'm trying to figure out if it's us or you or who would be.
I thought you was waving at me.
I'm not crazy. I'm not trying. It keeps going in and out, so I'm like, is that us?
It's her Tourette's.
Very good. You're good. So do you have an idea, like thinking about it now, who do you think that was? Was it somebody from like that used to live there? Maybe like a relative, or
well, he looked like I've said this before. He looked like William Shakespeare. That's the kind of look this guy had. He had like long brown hair, brown beard, you know, like this white collar thing around his neck, but he had like this brown suit on. You see, I remember it very clearly. Like, I've never not been able to get this guy out of my head. Long brown boots on. You know, he looked like something from that kind of Shakespeare period, you know, that he had that kind of look about it. I don't think it was Shakespeare. Whenever I see Shakespeare, I'm like, that's exactly what he looked like. But I don't think it was Shakespeare. I don't know, it might have been, but the house itself was a relatively new house. It wasn't a super old house, but it was very close to a graveyard. It was like, I think it was like half a mile or something. It might even be closer than that. There was like our house, another house on the end, and then behind that was pretty much the graveyard. There was also like a little forested area behind as well. That the couple that we bought the house off, the lady never actually told us this, but we think her husband died in the house. He was a doctor, and his office was literally directly under our bedroom. That could be something to do with that, but the fact that he looked like William Shakespeare, I don't know. I mean, people say that ghosts can present themselves how they want to look, you know, so maybe that's it. Maybe he wanted to look like Shakespeare. But yeah, I don't know. The fact that he didn't move, like, I don't know if it's like because people say, like, what is it? Is it like is it a knowing entity? I don't know, but it didn't move. So it seemed like he was like trapped in time. But my brother had an experience in exactly the same area. So my brother's a lot more skeptical than me. So if you ever talk to my brother, he does believe, but I think it scares him so much that he's like, no, I must have been dreaming. But in exactly the same area that I saw this dude, my brother was on the bottom bunk. He woke up one night and he said he saw two red eyes kind of floating, just two red eyes. And then they started floating towards him and then kind of faded. And that was what he saw in the house. And you know, when I tell people that, they lean to more like, that sounds kind of demonic. You know, that sounds, you know, that's not nice. Yeah. Red eyes are never good, really.
Yeah, for real.
So he saw that in exactly the same area. And he would tell you as well that it was a weird feeling in the house and, you know, weird noises and stuff. But that's what he saw. I did see another thing as well in like another full-bodied apparition. This was quite a strange one as well. So I was in my mum and dad's bedroom. Mm-hmm. and they had like mirrors on their walls.
Mm.
And I was kind of in there one day. It was during the day. I was like playing in their bedroom, like dancing in front of their mirror, whatever I was doing. And, yes,
You know,
sort of
what
thing
kids
I
do.
did. Yeah, I was just dancing, and I just remember seeing a naked lady walk past, right? And
Oh my
I've
God.
seen her, and I followed her into the bathroom. My mum and dad had a bathroom in their bedroom, and I just thought it was my mum because it was a naked blonde lady.
Yeah.
And my mum would sometimes walk around that house naked.
Yeah.
So I've seen her go into the bathroom, and I've followed her in. Mum, just started talking to her because I'd just seen her, and I walked into the bathroom and no one was in there, and I was like, "What?" I just remember just being like, I was so confused. I ran down the stairs. My mum was in the kitchen, fully clothed. I was like, "Mum, was you just?" Obviously, she wasn't. I was like, "Was you just in the bathroom?" She's like, "No, I've been here for the whole time." I'm like, oh. So that was another time that I saw something that I can't explain, and that was a moving person. That was like people when I share that, people say sounds like doppelganger, something like that. It could be something like that. Impersonating my mum, I don't know, but that was another weird thing that I saw that I can't explain.
That sounds so scary to me. I don't know why they gave me like that.
Yeah.
Like, made me like the
Negative.
movies for some reason. I did not like that at all.
Did you know your neighbors? Like, did you talk to your neighbors?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Did they have any experiences too?
I mean, I don't know. I'd love to go back to the house now. What I'd love to do is go back and talk to the people that live there now and kind of say, but I don't know if that would be weird if I turned up and just said, "Is your house?"
Yeah.
Like,
Did you live here back in 1990?
have you seen William Shakespeare in this house? I don't know how to go.
Did you
But I
ever
would
see a
love to
naked
do that.
lady at some point?
Yeah, was there naked ladies walking around? No, we never really spoke. We never really spoke. We never really spoke about it when we was there, to be honest. You know, we never really acknowledged the fact that we were living in quite a weird house. It wasn't until we left and me and my brother got a little bit older, that's when my mum and dad would start saying, yeah, actually, that house was weird. You know, there was a lot of weird stuff going on. Because they didn't want to scare us, and I totally, because I was scared anyway. So
that's probably where the freaky came from. And Let's Get Freaky.
that's where the freaky came from. But from that moment,
It was a naked lady. I was just about to say that.
that's the freaky, yeah. But that is, for me, that was the moment that this was like undeniable, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that kind of, yeah. I know my mum didn't see the guy there, but I definitely saw him. He didn't move all night, you know, he was there. And that's kind of the memory that sort of goes surreal. I've always believed it, yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of somebody seeing a naked lady, so this is
the first
I didn't know they show up like that.
It's creepy, but you know what? It reminds me of. It just gives me. I just think of The Shining when I hear something like that, and I just like, I hate that. It scared me as a kid, dude. You know?
That's a freaky film, man. When the kids, the twins, down the, not good.
Red rum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Oh gosh.
You threw me off. Oh well, yeah. You did. I was gonna ask you, like, did your parents kind of later on be like, you know what? Yeah, stuff was happening, but yeah, you answered that question because
my mum and dad have both had experiences as well. They didn't see anything in that house. Like, I ask them all the time, like, did you see anything? Like, what else did you see, experience? It was more for them. It was more of a feeling. Like, they got a weird vibe. I guess they heard the weird noises as well.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my dad saying he used to hear weird things during the night and stuff. And, you know, they never actually saw anything themselves in that house. It was only me and my brother that actually had visuals. But I know both my mum and dad have in the past, like when my dad was a young man, when he was in his like early 20s, he saw a ghost whilst he was on holiday in his hotel room. So they both had experiences. They're both very open to it. They never really like talked to it. Like, we didn't talk about it because me and my brother were so young.
yeah.
But the weird thing is, when we moved from that house, I remember I was 12, so it wasn't too long after that, the experiences. I remember, so I was very scared of the dark, still am. I still can't sleep on my own in the dark now. To this day, I still have to have a light on, telly
I have
on.
a light on too. Yep.
I can't sleep in the dark on my own.
Same.
I know it
Yeah.
sounds. Yes, there's more of us.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I just can't switch off and relax because I just worry about waking up and seeing something there because it's happened so many times. But so we moved into this new house when I was about 12. Went into I had my own room for a little bit in this new house, and I remember the first night in my new room, and we didn't have no windows up, no curtains up because it was new and they didn't put the curtains up, and the whole room was like lit up basically. But I remember laying in my bed for the first time, like in my new room, and thinking, and it wasn't until right a little while after that I kind of thought this was kind of strange. I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared in a new house in the dark, and I find that quite weird because obviously it was coming away from whatever was in the other house. I think that's why it was. Later on, other weird stuff did actually happen in that house, but
I was going to ask you.
We can get into that later.
Yeah. Was she back? Did she come back?
The naked lady came back. Mum?
No.
Are you naked again, Mum?
I'm going over this now. No, but oh my
Put some
God.
clothes on.
Everybody, a lot of people in the chat say they sleep with the TV on or the light on too. Maybe that it's not good to sleep with TV on. I have heard that. I don't do that anymore. Or if I do, I put it on mute because I ain't trying to get no damn subliminals to get me to buy some stupid shit on TV that I don't need. But, you know what I'm saying? I sleep with the bathroom light on, and
Yes. Even a hotel, I have to have a light on. Anywhere I'm at, I have to have a light on.
Yeah, hallway light or something like that. Because if it's too bright, I can't sleep because I have trouble sleeping anyways. But like at least I need some type of thing.
Yeah.
How about you, Armando?
No.
He doesn't get fit. He just sleeps.
When I come into the room later than her, she has to go to sleep earlier than me because of work. So by the time I go into bed, I just
lights out, bro. He just wakes up the next day. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
That's him too. He could just
It's a skill, man. Yeah. My wife has to have it dark. So if my wife's here, it's dark. It's fine. But if I'm on my own, there's a TV on, light on, or I'm listening to a podcast. I can't just be laying in the dark on my own. It's weird. No, I can't do it.
Yeah. So during your time doing the show, do you have one story or somebody's like experience that you were like, whoa, like that was very like crazy for you or memorable for you that stood out?
There's been so many.
Yeah.
every episode.
That's like asking a parent, who's your favorite child?
Yeah,
it's hard. And we're talking about 4 years worth of episodes.
Scratch that question.
There's been a lot. I know. I tell you one that really freaked me out, and it's near the start. And it was a lady called Emily, really nice girl. She actually done 2 episodes with me back to back, and she told me something that happened, and the way she explained it, and the way she like kind of acted it out to me, it freaked me out so much. And basically, she said she was in her room, and this lady come in her room, but she wasn't just like a normal lady. She was like walking backwards, like the scary films. And she said, and she's showing me how it happened. And then she said this thing just like looked at her. Like, she like acted it out, and I was like, oh my gosh! I was because I get scared pretty easily, and I was like, oh my goodness, the way she did it, I was like, wow. And so that's one that always sticks out. But there's been a few. I was interviewing a lady once, and it wasn't her. It wasn't what she said, but it was what happened after. I was a bit freaked out. But I had. So what I do is I get in from work at 1 o'clock in the morning. Normally I'm recording around that time, and UK time, 1 o'clock in the morning UK time, and I always have all the lights on downstairs so that when I finish recording, I'm not going down to like a dark downstairs. All the lights are on. I'm like, okay, we're okay. But there was one episode I was recording, and we just finished, and then after she went, I hope none of the ghosts come over to your side or something like that, right? Okay. And I was like, yeah, I hope not.
In the camera?
Oh, and she was like kind of joking, but I was like, I hope not. Thank you. Anyway, we finished recording, and then I went downstairs, and all my lights were off downstairs, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? Because my wife, like, she could have got up and turned the lights off, but I asked her after, she didn't. I went downstairs, turned all the lights back on, and I was like, okay, it's cool. Someone's probably turned these off, you know. I went into my front room, went back into my kitchen, the light was off again, and I was like, no, something's playing. I turned it on, I prayed out loud. I was like, no, you know.
You know, when you're telling me this story, you know those small little videos. I don't know if you guys see them either, where you turn off the light and they're turning off the lights as they're running up to the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we need the clapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it's gonna be like The Conjuring, where you're there and then you see a set of hands.
Oh,
For real.
don't.
Can you imagine?
So that was quite freaky.
Joy, sometimes when we do like little investigation with her dolls or like guest dolls and stuff like that on the show live, and I'm always, because of that, I'm like, all right, y'all go back to where the hell you came from, but to your parents' house over there, and don't come over here. And because I don't know, sometimes she's like, okay, yeah, come back, or don't stay over there. I'm like, nope, I don't want you over here. I believe that could happen. I don't want to send nothing over there.
Absolutely.
They're a little pissed at Auntie Jen.
Yeah, Jen. You know how like it's like grandma. I'm like, yeah, take them here. They can sleep over. Like auntie don't even want them. Stay over here.
Once we're done having fun with them, you go back.
You go back right next
Oh shit. Jen has all the crystals. Jen and Mondo have all the crystals and protection. We just can't see it.
No, you know what? And then not that long ago, we were doing that kind of ties into that. We were doing an investigation with Cindy's doll.
Cindy's doll.
Cindy.
Yes.
Bro, do you know that we heard a fucking growl? Like literally like right around here. And we both heard it. And I had muted our thing, and me and him talking. I was like, yo, you heard that? And then we both said growl at the same time.
Yeah.
That was the first time that kind of like happened during trying to do something like that. And I was like, nope.
Wait, was that before her face fucking moved?
That wasn't the same thing. I was telling her that was in the same point in time, because I was telling her to put Cindy up or whatever. So and then we were looking at her face, and I was then mentioning that her face was like.
And then you heard the growl?
And then we heard the growl. Yes.
Yeah, Jenny mutes, and she's like, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "The growl," and then
yeah,
she was like,
and
"Yeah." So that happened because
Yvette said her lips moved. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like she did this weird like thing. Her lips were moving. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But the growl.
It was like she was like
right here, bro.
It was
like right.
Like
yeah.
if it would
Like
been,
see
like,
the space right behind us.
Yeah.
It was so close, and I was just like, okay, yeah. Go back to your Cindy's place.
Little too close for comfort.
Yeah. Nuts.
I don't like haunted dolls.
No, well, yeah.
I don't like any dolls.
You don't like any dolls.
Let alone haunted dolls.
Would you collect any?
No.
No.
Absolutely no. I go into my daughter's bedroom, and they've got dolls, and you just, even if they're not haunted, well, I don't think they're haunted, but you just feel like they're looking at you, man. It's
yeah.
Just turning the light off.
Yeah.
You're even peeking around the corners.
Talking about dolls, do you believe that dolls can be, talking from everybody on your guests, like, so do you believe that dolls can be possessed by a spirit, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think objects can definitely pick up spirits. You know, I think they can, like, I think like objects can have like bad luck on them and stuff like that. I'm quite in that way. My friends I had on the show, the Orney brothers, they bought a clown doll from a thrift store, and they said like it was so weird, and they were experiencing some weird stuff with it. And one night, Jesse, he said he could actually hear this thing like talking. Like, I don't know if it was in his mind, but he could hear it, and it was like, I got to get rid of this doll. So he literally he picked up the doll, put it in the back of his car, and he said he was just going to drive to like a forest. I can't remember where he threw it, but he threw it somewhere. And he said,
Chucked it out the
he said
window.
the whole way driving, he could like hear this
Oh my
thing shouting and stuff, and it was like, bro,
You see that he looks in the rearview mirror, the doll's running back.
yeah. I mean, I watched Chucky, you know, Charles Play,
yeah.
when I was about 4
I
years
almost
old.
wore my Chucky
Child's
shirt today.
You did.
I always was gonna wear my Chucky shirt.
The doll's like this.
My granddad thought it was like a kid's film, and he let me watch it. And then I was like messed up. It's probably actually explains quite a lot, to be honest. It messed me up. And then my mum was like, why are you letting him watch this? It's like 18 or whatever it was. And so I was 4 when I watched that. So that might explain a few things as well, to be honest. Might be why I'm a bit PTSD.
Can you imagine? And then your friend is like listening to that doll talk to him, like, come over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did that go away? How long did that take for it to go away? Like hearing
I think-
the doll.
I think
Yeah.
he said once he got rid of it, it was like that was it.
No,
So
yeah.
that's good. Yeah. He
I-
never,
I-
but I said he should have, like, maybe, I don't know if you can, like,
I think you're
destroy
supposed
that.
to bury him, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't exactly remember how he got rid of it. I know he got rid of it. I don't know if he just threw it somewhere.
Yeah, just
But I was
chuck
like,
it.
someone else could pick that up, man, and take that home. And so, you know, I think you should have destroyed it. But I don't know if that's a bad thing to do. I don't know. But
They say I don't know, but I always ask this also, and it's conflicting. Like if you destroy or say if you burn it, supposedly the spirit is able to escape that vessel
Yeah.
and then it be out there. You know, it could be going to something else. And then I hear you bury it. Maybe burying is a better option.
yeah.
Yeah, they say like you're returning it to Earth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm. Just never buy one. Just never buy one. If you see one and they say it's haunted, just
Don't do
leave
that
it.
shit. Ashley, you listening, or Michael, whoever?
Mhm.
Actually, Michael found a Ouija board in a cemetery and they wanted to take it home like crazy people.
See, that's a normal reaction, Tommy.
I've had too many bad things with Ouija. I know people do them, and that's fine. My mum's other half, he was in the French military when he was very young. And he's very skeptical of paranormal stuff and things like that. But he said when he was in the military, when he was young, they all did a Ouija board in their like bunk or whatever it was. And he said this glass just shot across the room, all the lights started flickering, and he was like, no. And that was, I know that he's a very straight guy, like, you know, he just tells you as it is, and he experienced that. And I was like, oh wow, that's pretty wild. So yeah, I've heard too many bad things about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Michael's the one that said. Michael said no. Ashley was yes, and then Michael said no. That's what it is. Hell no.
Ashley needs a she shed like Yvette has.
Yeah, for real. A whole shed of haunted stuff.
Yeah, just a little haunted shed of stuff. Yeah.
In the bio, you had mentioned UFO experiences, right? So,
Mm.
so what have those been?
I'm going to sound crazy, aren't I? It's too late. It's too late. Yeah, I have seen. Yeah, I've had some weird experiences with UFOs. Like there's two. Like I've seen a lot of weird things in the sky. I think when you're interested in this kind of stuff, you're always looking for it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
think
guys
it's
have
always-
a lot of
Stonehenge.
no, but you guys have a lot of
Site.
sightings over there. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? So-
absolutely. So many reportings. It's very rare to meet someone that's never seen anything in the sky that they can't explain. You know, often it's
Weird
a weird.
one.
Oh, really? But often it's like a weird light that you just, you know, you don't know what it is. We know there's satellites up there. We know there's
Yeah.
shooting stars, and there's all sorts of things that things could be. But I've had two experiences that are like undeniable, and they're going to sound pretty wild. But the first one was when I was 14 years old. Me and my brother and a few friends, we used to spend our summers just playing football in the street. That's all we did, basically, like most of the time. This was just a normal summer's day. We're all playing football or soccer. We're playing soccer in the street. And one of us, I don't know if it was me or one of my friends or my brother, stopped and said, "What is that in the sky?" And it was like a beautiful blue sky, not many clouds in the sky. And there was just this object that was just kind of hovering. This is going to sound wild, but it was like a futuristic building, right? I always use this as an example, like a futuristic building that you see in Dubai. If you picked one of them up, right, and just put it way up into the sky and just let it dangle, let it hang, that is basically what we saw. And we were looking at this thing. It wasn't moving. It wasn't like changing direction, right? It was just there, just floating. And we're all watching it like, is this a hot air balloon? Is it a balloon? We're going through all different things. No idea what it was, but I don't think it was a balloon or anything like that. It was just such a weird thing to see. I've never really seen anything like it. You know, there's a lot of UFO videos out there and stuff. I've never really seen anything like it, but it was like an orangey silver color, and it had all these just weird patterns but it was very high up in the sky. But it wasn't a plane, you know, it definitely wasn't a plane. And we're just watching it for like 10 minutes. And I don't know why, we just started playing soccer again. We just stopped watching this thing. I know, it's so annoying because I would watch that forever now if I saw that. But we just stopped. And this was before we had cell phones. Like I don't know if you guys used to call it a brick. I had a brick Nokia phone. And that's all we had at that time. Like, so I couldn't take a picture of this thing or whatever. So we just carried on playing soccer and kind of forgot this memory. Like not really forgot about it, just never, me and my brother never really spoke about it. The friends that were there that day, we never really talked about it, even though it was quite a weird thing to see. And when I started Let's Get Freaky podcast, I like kind of wrote all the things down that I've experienced in my life when I'm talking about it on shows and stuff. And this just kind of memory just didn't come to me. I don't know why, because it was such an incredible thing to see. And I was on Paranormal Heart with Cat Ward. It was the first time I'd been on a podcast, and I'm just going through my experiences, and this memory kind of just came back to me. Like, I don't know why, but it was there, and I was like, I'm going to tell her. I might be manifesting this from the air, but this memory's here. I'm going to tell her. Told her it, and we talked about it for a little bit, and I was like, that's so weird that I didn't remember that. And then my brother listened to the episode, and he called me up, and he was like, bro, what was that thing we saw that day? I remember my brother's skeptical, a very skeptical person, but he was like, I remember seeing that. What was it? What did we see that day? And I was like, I'm so glad you remember, because I didn't know if I was like just having a mad moment and this memory just come out of nowhere, but you remember it as well. And I always put that in the UFO. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was some sort of military tech or I don't know what it was, but it was very strange. It just looked like a weird shaped building very high up in the sky. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, like a floating city, but
people say
heard something like that. Something similar to that, like a how would you say, like a floating city? I have seen something, people talk about that.
Yeah. There is there's one image out there, and if I can find it, I'll send it to you. But it looks close to what I saw. I wouldn't say it's exactly what we saw, but it could be done by AI. I don't know, but it looks close to what we saw. It was just a very weird shape. It was like long, but it was very high up in the sky. Like it was. So I don't know. So that was very strange.
Like that movie Independence Day.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as big as that kind of mothership kind of thing, but it just looked like a giant building high up in the sky. It's very weird, man. I know it sounds crazy.
It's almost like another dimension opened up, and you had just seen
that's
like
wrong.
a glimpse of it. You know, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's a good theory.
It was,
yeah.
I mean, but the other weird thing that I saw, and this is I was 27 when this happened, so it's about 11 years ago now. Me and my mother-in-law. So this is, again, there was two of us that saw this, so that was pretty cool. We was living in a flat in Brentwood, and we was on the 4th floor. And it was a lovely summer's day, and it was about not far from where we saw this when I was younger, not far from the first UFO sighting. And again, I put this in UFO category, but it might be something else.
I don't think it's UFO. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, me and my mother-in-law
opened up, and you were very few that seen it.
Yeah, I'm just happy that my brother remembers that one as well.
Yeah, he witnessed it too. That's crazy.
But this other one, so we were looking out the window, me and my mother-in-law, and we were just having a chat. We're just talking, and so there was our flat, then there was like a road, and then there's like a little forested area just opposite the road. And literally out of the forested area came these 3 objects, right? And that we got a great look at them because we were very close. And they came up out of the trees, and there was 3 of them. They weren't super big. They were like the size of like a basketball, all 3 of them. And they were like floating around each other, like going around and kind of in like a triangle formation. But they were like moving around. They weren't actually touching, but they seemed to be like connected. And they were constantly changing shape. They were like not one shape. They were always a different shape. And it was like kind of like, you know, the film Flubber, where it's like a green, just
Flubber,
massive blubber. It was like them, but they were like, you couldn't see through them, and they were silver. They were like a metallic-y kind of color. 3 of them. And me and my mother-in-law are watching this, and we're like, what the heck is that? And we're like trying to talk through, is it balloons? You know, what is it? And we're watching it. And we're watching it for like a good 5 minutes, and they're just basically rising, going up and up and up. And then all 3 of them just went flash, 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 and just shot into the atmosphere. All 3 of them. Bosh, bosh, bosh. And we saw like the flash, and we were like, well, they're definitely not balloons. You know, balloons don't do that. And to this day, we have no idea what that was, you know, but I'm happy that my mother-in-law saw it as well, because you know, you can't say I was just having a crazy moment and I'm seeing things, but I don't know what that was. When we're at family parties like now, we talk about it all the time. We always talk about it, and all the other family members are like, it sounds like balloons, and we're like, no, they definitely weren't balloons. Trust me, like, balloons don't move like that. So again, no idea what
they don't shoot up when
they don't shoot. Exactly. Yeah.
Were there like orbs, like but not connected, or was it like one big like no? You know, like were they like orb shape?
They were constantly changing shape. So they were like kind of. I mean, they were like.
It was just
yeah. They were just constantly. It was like they were like a living organism,
like a metal.
Yeah. You know, in the Terminator when he's melting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is the look. That is like the color of what these things look like, and how they kind of looked. They looked like watery, like you know, but they were constantly changing. So they were never like one shape moving up. They were like, you know. We didn't hear that. but we didn't hear that noise. But that's kind of what they were.
That's what it would sound like. That.
But we watched these for like, and do you know what bugs me with this? I had my cell phone in my pocket. I had an iPhone, and I could have recorded it, and I didn't. And I'm like, I mean, iPhone. They weren't.
I hate that. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Your brain is like a
realistically
process.
That's the most like realistic response, because you're so like trying to figure it out yourself, trying to make sense of it. What you're seeing, you're not, you know.
Yeah. It's so shocking.
And then when you do that, it's already too late.
It's gone.
It's gone. That's normally what really happens.
Yeah.
That was something that was meant for you and your mother-in-law to see. You know?
I think so. Yeah.
It was only for you guys. It wasn't for the world, because if you would have taken out your phone, that thing, like Jenny was saying, that thing would have been gone.
You guys were the chosen ones.
And that was cool.
I like
because
that.
at the end of the day, you had somebody else to bounce that back off of, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm so glad she was there as well. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's cool, obviously, having a paranormal experience when you're on your own. Right? I've had a lot of paranormal experiences on my own. But you can never rule out 100% that you're not like having them. No, I'm not. I know paranormal experiences are
Not
real.
just in your head. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can never actually rule that out 100%. You know, and that's why it's so cool when you have experiences with other people as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. What are your thoughts on aliens or extraterrestrials? What do you think they are? Like, do you think they're ancient us? Do you think they're other beings? Do you think, you know, some people go down the demon route? I don't think. I'm not too much of a demon fan. Like, what do you think they are? And do you think there are multiple races?
Yeah, I think it's all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think there's a mixture of things going on, and like we put them all in the same bracket. This is just where I am right now. My opinion changes every day, but I think that there is like interdimensional beings around us that, you know, come and go. I think there could be possibly things coming from other places, other planets, other realities. Who knows? But I think there are a number of different things going on. You know, I think there are aliens amongst us. You know, I really do. I think there is all they're here, and I think it's a number of things that we kind of all put in the same alien UFO bracket, and they are all in the same bracket. But I think there's, like cryptids and everything paranormal, I think there's different things going on. That's just where I am right now.
Actually, Joy, I don't know. What do you believe, Joy?
I don't know. I'm kind of with him. It changes
It changes
all the time. Yeah.
Did you see Obama just now? Just like, I think he's done a podcast like yesterday. It's just said,
I saw that.
Aliens are real. Obama's just said that. And it's funny because obviously we all believe in aliens. We all have had experiences. But when a president says it and an ex-president says it, you're like, why is he saying that now? You know, what are they trying to defer us from? Or, you know,
I think it all went downhill.
Did you see that?
I seen it. Did you? You see?
I did. So what the heck was that? I don't want to say anything.
On your dark side.
I was
I saw it. Do you know what?
The foam thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw it as well. I've seen a couple I've been recording.
It was like
it's not happened for a long time, but weird stuff has started happening in the last couple of weeks, and I'm just hoping that it's not getting weird again in my house, because it happens. You know, I don't know if you guys experience this, but it seems to like come in clumps. Like these paranormal stuff doesn't seem to happen in this house, especially all the time. It seems to be like a couple of months where there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and that's been happening in the last couple of weeks. So I'm freaking out now. I saw that as well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Could just be dust.
I thank God I wasn't the only one that's seen that for the first time. We've seen it together.
Going back to what I think is it's almost like they have to admit that it's real, because remember like a few years back in California, the UFO sighting like right above a house during the daytime. And so like there's been so much proof, and I think it was like a year or two ago, the sightings by the northeast of the US, they kept seeing the sightings there. It's just been too many sightings and things like that they just they're just coming clean now, like and it could just be like like this is real because we're trying to hide something else that's over here too.
Well, like, I think all presidents, you know, they're gonna know like the top secrets and what's going on or whatever. So like that's everybody's interested in aliens or extraterrestrials and want to know if that's ever true or not. So why I would ask them, hey, what do you know? Like, what have they shown you that the public can't see or whatever? So why not? And since disclosure is happening now, why not just say, yeah, it's real? I mean, fuck, I think it's real. So everybody's ready. I think
that's another reason why we've got so much, why we're allowed so much AI as well. A lot of these videos that we're going to see going forward of possible UFOs are all going to be like, it could be AI, you know, and I think that's another reason why it's so available. Why is it free? I know to get the most out of AI, you do have to pay for AI now, but most you can have AI for free. And why is that? They don't give us stuff for free. You know, why are they letting us have this technology for nothing?
Very, very good point.
So they can have access to your technology to spy on you later.
Yeah.
Ashley says she's been seeing streaks of light behind her. That was the person who saw that was on his.
I've seen a couple, and I'm trying. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be that. Oh, there we go. What's happened, guys?
No, because I was trying to see. I wanted to pinpoint it where it was. It was like right on where the black foam is. Because I didn't realize what it was. What the hell is that shit called? The soundproof thing.
The soundproof foam, right?
So it was right there. So it was, since that's so dark and black. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, ours is on the right.
So it was so clear that I'm sometimes I'm like, what the hell?
To me, it looked like this. Like it was just kind of.
It had a rhythm.
Yeah.
You know what? So I was recording with Aaron Wrigley about a year ago, and we were recording, and he saw something across my screen, and I didn't see it whilst we were recording. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool, man. We spoke about it for a little bit, and then didn't think much of it. Now, what I do is I put the podcast goes out on all the podcast platforms and on YouTube now as well. And at the time, I didn't look too much into the videos. I just put them out as they were. And I was getting like messages saying minute 32, whatever it was, people were seeing like this white thing go across the screen.
That's what it was doing,
And it looked like a moving, looked like legs moving,
Yeah,
like
that's
not legs.
what I
It looked
saw.
like a, yeah. So, oh,
You missed it. You got to go back and watch
I
it because
wasn't really looking like
no,
that.
I was looking. I don't know if I was just looking at you, but I seen it in my peripheral, and then so I look, and I
Yeah.
caught it at the tail end.
I'm going to be praying tonight. Hopefully it's just dust. Hopefully,
Big old dust.
just dust.
It's a dust ball.
And if you are something, just don't mess
It
for me.
Yeah,
was
just
right when he was talking about Obama.
I know.
Yeah.
Please
Oh
don't.
no.
I seen everybody react. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I see that.
What I was gonna say was another thing. So talking to so many people, right, with their experiences with spirits and ghosts, what is your so far conclusion now of what are ghosts to you? Like, what are spirits, what are ghosts? Are they different? Is it something that's like another timeline, dimension? Like, what are ghosts to you?
Mhm. Again, I think it's a number of different things, but I do think there is possibly like trapped energy in certain places where it kind of repeats, and then the right place, the right time, you might see something, you might experience something. But then I also do think that there are entities that are in another realm, or that can kind of interact and that can kind of affect us. I think there's a lot going on around us that we can't always see, that sometimes we get a glimpse of. And I think, like shadow figures and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have ever had that where like you wake up and there's like the shape of someone standing there and stuff like that, which I've had a couple of times, which is terrifying. And I mean, what is that? And there's different types of these things manifest in different ways. Like, some people will say they just see like a light, or, a glimpse of something, or what I had when I was 10, when I saw like a full-bodied apparition. There seems to be, I don't know what it is, but I think there's a number of different things going on, and I think ghosts might be, there's different types of what we think of as ghosts. These entities are like, they're different, but we put them all in the same bracket again.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I even thought, like, what if we're talking to people who are astral projecting?
Yeah. That's
Or
another thing.
like
Yeah.
in comas, or I don't know. Could that be a possibility? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can reach out to somebody like that
In a coma, yeah.
but
Aliens, Bigfoot. Who are we really talking? I think there's all of it. I think there's everything.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of
I
everything.
agree. I think you can't put it all in one box. I think there's so much going on, and we sometimes put it all down to that's a ghost.
Yeah.
But it might, but I think there's different types of whatever
alien,
these
yeah.
entities are.
Yeah.
That's where I am. My opinion does change daily. As yours probably does as well.
The more you talk to people, the more you're like, yeah, it could be different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll talk to someone that has,
exactly.
The more you're learning,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
you'll talk to someone that has a theory and they share their thoughts, and you're like, they make a lot of
That
good
could be a
points.
possibility. Yep.
Yeah. And then you'll talk to someone else, and they'll have some good theories. I don't know, man. They might all be right,
Mm-hmm.
A question: what so for over here, we have Bigfoot, we have Dogman. What lore do you guys have over there? Do you have anything like that? Do you have your
do.
type of Bigfoot, or is it Bigfoot? What?
No,
We do.
Loch Ness. No.
Other than Loch Ness.
Yeah, we got the Loch Ness monster, the OG,
I
the
don't
OG
know.
of
Loch
cryptids.
Ness.
It's like a
Loch Ness
big-ass
monster.
snake dinosaur
Oh, like the movie.
in the water.
Oh, is it over there?
Yeah.
I thought we had him here.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
You do have
we have
reports of.
I think we have one
Yeah.
in Utah. Wasn't
Is it Champ? You got Champ as well. I think is it in Massachusetts? Is it Massachusetts?
I don't know.
You got the Lake Champlain,
Oh yeah. In the
Which
in the
is
Great
basically-
Sea. Yeah, probably.
which is a Loch Ness monster. Like, there's a really cool a photo actually that I don't know if it's been debunked or not. I don't think it has. But a lady took of this possible creature. That
It was
I
a
find that
dinosaur, right?
fascinating.
A
I think
dinosaur.
yeah.
the
Like, is it a
dinosaur flying.
plesiosaur? Is it a plesiosaur? Or have I got that wrong? I get my dinosaurs wrong sometimes.
I don't know shit about dinosaurs. I don't know.
One of those dinosaurs with a
Once-
long neck.
That's it. Yeah. But we have Bigfoot. We have Bigfoot law. You know,
Yeah.
The long neckosaurus.
Michigan.
Long
Yeah.
Neckosaurus. Yes, sounds about right.
But we have Bigfoot reports in the UK. Dogman. We have all the cryptids. Like we have there's an owlman in Cornwall that people have claimed to have seen, which is basically like the Mothman. You know, that's what I find so interesting about cryptids.
Owlman?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they call it the Owlman, but it's literally how you would describe Mothman as well, like the same kind of height, the red eyes, you know, the feeling, the doom feeling that the people got when they saw it.
Oh,
Um,
shit.
But the cryptid thing, that's what I find so interesting about cryptid is that they're the same creatures are seen all around the world, are
Mhm.
reported all around the world, are in all folklore all around the world, even before we was as connected as we are today.
Yeah.
And they're the same stories. They might have like a different name, but they're like the same. They're describing the same things, and I find that very interesting.
Me
Like
too.
fairies and pixies, and you know the puckwudgies in New England, and you know
Yeah.
they're everywhere. But they're different names, but they're like the same thing.
So for that, we were just talking about that actually. That well, I don't know. Was it me and you that were talking about? I don't know. I was saying that to somebody. Like, if there's so many different accounts all over the place before people were connected, right? There got to be some type of truth to it. You know, why would somebody pick that? You know, it's just weird. You know, it's just too many of them for so many years.
Yeah. Bigfoot alone, they're all over the world. They're reported all over the world. They've got different names. Like in Australia, the Yowie, the Yeti. In the UK, they used to be called like the Wild Man of the Forest, the Woodman. You know,
I wonder if they're in like desert-y countries like Iran, Iraq. Do they have their like sand Bigfoot?
Well,
Like a
over
sand
there, they're known for giants.
yeah,
giants?
Giants.
the Kandahar giant and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro, that story, I love that.
I love that story. Yeah,
That has been my favorite stories for many, many, many years. Like about 10 years now is when I first heard that story.
What is it called? I'm so behind. What is it called?
Kandahar. It's Kandahar, Iraq.
Kenda.
the red-headed giants
Redhead.
Scorpion
could be
King.
related.
Redheaded giants? Redheaded giants? Is that what they're called?
It's like Tommy's great uncle.
Yeah, so I could be related.
Yeah, red hair.
But is that another type of Bigfoot? You know, some people say Bigfoot are a type of a humanoid. You know, is that maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows?
That's crazy.
I'm trying to read the comments.
Hi, Michael.
Mothman is crazy to me. But to me, it's even creepier with the owl because owls with the omens with it, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You have them in a desert joint but have no hair. What? Michael, what's up, Michael?
Michael,
I don't understand that. Joey said to have them, but they
have no hair. Really?
Yeah, like me.
No, I said Joey. Oh, it's Joey's not a giant.
It's Joey's.
Owls are my favorite. I love owls. Oh wait. So.
Oh wow.
I don't know. So what you got coming up next? Like, you doing anything special over there? Like, what's going on with you? So people
just gonna carry on interviewing people and putting out podcasts. I would like to start doing like documentaries on like haunted locations and stuff, and maybe going around the UK to like some haunted locations, even the US as well. I'd like to go over there and do some investigations. I'd like to like meet guests maybe, and they can show me where they had experiences and stuff like that. Yeah, so that I'm thinking about doing stuff like that in the future, hopefully in the near future.
Yeah.
But yeah, just carrying on with the podcast and yeah.
Have you ever been to the US? Have you ever been here? Have you been to the US?
No, I feel like I have, but I actually haven't. I want to live there, so
you do want to live here?
I've got so many friends over there now and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd love to go over there, man.
Oh.
My dad used to do a lot of work in the US, so we never kind of went there for vacations. It was always like my dad saw that as work, so he would like be going to America a few times a year, and we'd be like, "Can we come, Dad?" And he's like, "No, it's work." And I'm like, "Okay," but I was meant to come over just before the pandemic. And obviously that kind of stopped everything, and we didn't. But I'm looking to get over soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
We have a question from I Like Ghosts.
That's V.
Justin, or V. And then have you ever been to the Hellfire Caves?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Unfortunately, it sounds pretty scary. I haven't been there. No, I need to. But that's what I mean. Like locations like that, like haunted locations with history and mystery. I'd love to go there. I would like to start doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, that I can't remember who did an investigation there, but yeah, that's a cool place.
If you ever make it stateside and you come to Florida, let us know, man.
Please come to Florida. At least.
Yeah, we'll take
go somewhere. Go
coming.
somewhere, Florida. We'll try to meet you.
I'm coming, 100%. That's what I mean. I'm gonna come over to the US. I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stay.
There you go.
There you go.
Come to California. California's better. We don't have alligators.
Yeah, we have.
We don't have alligators running on our sidewalks.
We have Skid,
No,
we have Skid Row.
Don't go there at all. It's closer over here to the east side. Just stand over here.
We have Skid Row.
I'll go there.
Zilla, that thing goes over there too, bro. And you have earthquakes. Get out of here. Good.
Oh my God.
Why are you hating, Mondo?
You have the biggest alligator.
We have Skid Row.
I'll go to Texas.
Skid Row was the best.
You meet me with David. Yeah, we should all just meet up in Texas with David.
There you go.
Come to Texas, yes.
I think you would love North Carolina and like
Yeah, Appalachian.
like that. Yeah, that's
I'd
very
love
nice.
to go there as well. Yeah, absolutely.
So
You've got
tell
so many
me-
cool places in the US.
No, hell yeah, we do. But I think you got.
I think I think you have better. You have the castles and all the.
But it's the
history.
same with everything. It's always like we have cool stuff, but you have better stuff, and then the other people are like, you have better stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to come here.
Yeah. Let's just share it all. Guys.
Yeah.
I'll come over.
Build
you
a
come
big
over
old
here.
bridge.
Yeah, let's build a big. Elon Musk is talking about building a train from London to New York. You heard about that? Apparently it's gonna. Yeah, he's thinking about doing that. That'd be amazing. I'll take that. That'd be pretty cool. He's saying like 2 hours.
That
2
would be
hours.
cool. Bullshit. 2 hours. No.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be 2 hours, but apparently he's talking about doing that. That'd be great.
Huh.
Oh,
I
what?
don't know.
Maybe taking maybe 6 hours, give or take, but 2?
No. Wait.
You're
No,
home.
and I wouldn't go on that. That's like beyond. What's that fast train do you guys have over there in your?
Well, we do it to France.
The one that hasn't been built in California?
No,
We're building one here that's going to take us to Vegas.
A really fast one.
We're building a bullet train.
Oh, the bullet train. Yeah, that bullet train.
Yeah, but it's been like it's been talked about for so long that the tracks have blown away already.
They all just
Oh,
disintegrated.
wow.
The tracks are burnt away. They're gone.
We had the Concorde, didn't we? That used to get to the US in like 2 hours.
Wow.
Was it 2 hours? I think it was like 2 or 3 hours. You could get to London to the US.
Yeah.
My dad went on the Concorde a few times, but I mean, so I don't know why they've gone backwards. You know, they're getting slower. I think it's like 7-8 hours now, isn't it? Or 7 hours, I think.
It's weird. I have no idea. It's just like the whole moon thing. Yeah, we don't have the paperwork that we had to go back to the moon, so we lost it. So we haven't gone back. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we went to the moon.
That's a whole other story. So tell everybody where to find you, where to find your podcast, and let everybody know the good stuff.
Yeah, so wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, we're also on YouTube as well. Let's Get Freaky. You'll see my little ginger cartoon face with Bigfoot and a ghost and a alien. And yeah, we get freaky every week, 2 episodes a week normally. So yeah, come and say hi. Thank you very much for having me back.
Yeah, I'd love to have you back if you start investigating when you dive into
absolutely,
it. Really
absolutely.
cool.
I'd love to anytime. Yeah, thank you.
I want to send you some equipment so you can just start investigating stuff.
Okay. Here's the question before we log off. What paranormal equipment are you gonna get first?
Oh,
what would be your that's a good one. What would be your first thing to get?
I quite like the infrareds. You know, I don't know if you use them too much, but like the infrared stuff, especially in like the forest.
No, night vision goggles.
Night vision. What did I say? Yeah, night vision goggles.
Yeah.
I would like to get them. I really would like go in the forest and just kind of look around.
They're cool.
Some of the people I spoke to have seen like weird things in the forest with them. So
Yeah, we have them. We don't really use them as much, but they're really cool.
That's a solid choice. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love
they're really cool.
infrared camera.
yeah,
And they
Very
record,
good.
I think, too. The one if you buy certain ones, they record for you.
yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
So that's what I'd start with. That's what I'm going to start
Is
with.
that really a ghost equipment? No, that's more like.
No.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you can. Yeah.
That and your camera picks up
That's true.
EVPs. So like that's good to go. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true. That's it.
You're gonna
Yeah.
see the lady crawling backwards and going,
Oh no, no, I don't want to see that, man.
I'm gonna throw my equipment out of it.
Like a umbrella to you and your infrared. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Yes.
Chat room, thank
You
you guys
guys.
for being very active today. I appreciate it. Show the best way you can show love to us is by showing love to our guests, and Tommy is included in that. So go ahead and check out Let's Get Freaky podcast wherever you listen to your podcast, or YouTube, like he was just mentioning as well. Make sure that you
I like to watch
follow
on
him
YouTube.
so you can hear him. He throws out 2 episodes, quality episodes every week for your listening pleasures. Before I do go, and I do apologize that I'm doing this at the end of the episode, but I do want to apologize to Married with Paranormal. I know that the episode last week was canceled because of my family emergency, but thank you guys for rescheduling, and can't wait to have you guys on the episode.
Yes.
As well as we have our episode coming out with Joe on Tuesday, Greetings from Florida, where we basically talk about our adventure to 𝙤𝙧𝙚𝙮. It was our first road trip, the 3 of us together. And like I had mentioned, it literally redefined how Jenny and I and Joe view spiritualism and the paranormal. So I highly recommend that you guys check that out when you can. Our friends Michael and Ashley, they threw out an episode today, Limestone Spirit Chasers. Check that out. Our good friends Chris, Audra, and the Cocos, you guys are chat. Love you guys.
Oh, that's
They
right.
have
Haunted
their
Angels is gonna
um,
be on
Stay Haunted.
Stay Haunted
and-
tomorrow.
Haunted
And they
Angels
just-
will be on their episode tomorrow, so tune into that. And
Everybody's just doing stuff all over the place. I like it.
everybody support one another. David Down the Rabbit Hole is doing his thing. Stephen Mella, I saw you guys. Chaz, B, everybody, we love you guys very much.
Yes.
Hope you guys have a great week. Tune in next Sunday. We'll have another live episode for you guys. But please remember, if you want to get spooked, hit that notification bell, the like button, and please feel free to comment on this episode. Tell your friends, tell your family. Watch Spook Coast Coast. See you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.